Well, with the New York City mayoral election coming up in a week from today, right, November 4th of 2025, right? Very excited. And obviously, if you've been watching the channel for the last month, you would know I am a big fan of Zoran Mamdani, the Democratic Socialist and the Democratic nominee, Working Families nominee for mayor. And I oppose, Islamophobe crazy man Curtis Sliwa and evil Andrew Cuomo. And for most of the polls, like in the poll before this recent poll, Mamdani was in first place, leading Cuomo by 20 points, which is amazing. That's a mandate from heaven, right? However, in the recent Suffolk University poll, Cuomo, I'll just show you the poll. All right. So, I want to go ahead and get to the actual results of the poll. About 219 people said they plan on voting for Mamdani. About 168 people said they plan on voting for Cuomo. About 53 people said they plan on voting for Curtis. And then, Joseph Hernandez is with the Reform Party. He got one person. Irina Strada's the crazy MAGA lady. She got one person. Eric, Jim, they both dropped out, but together they got 10 people. And then undecided and refused got some people too. Now, let's take the 219 people who said they're voting for Mamdani. And this question is more, are they voting for Mamdani because they like Mamdani or because they hate Cuomo? 174 people said that they're voting for Mamdani because they like Mamdani, and 15 people said they're voting for Mamdani because they hate Cuomo. Now, is your vote more about voting for Cuomo or against Mamdani? This says 68 people are voting for Cuomo because they like Cuomo, and 67 people are voting for Cuomo because they hate Zoran. Isn't that interesting? That just shows how much more likable Zoran is in the long run than Cuomo. Because, one person, if two more people would have said they're voting against Mamdani, then that would have said more people dislike Mamdani than like Cuomo. And only 15 people said that they're voting for Mamdani because they don't like Cuomo. Because people, unlike with Cuomo, where nobody likes Cuomo, they just don't like Zoran or Curtis. People like Zoran Mamdani, and I think that's one of the reasons he's going to win. Because people like what he has to say, and people like him as a person, because he doesn't do all this crazy stuff Cuomo does, right? Now, let's look at this. This further proves my point about Mamdani's favorability. This says, this is favorable and unfavorable ratings of Curtis, Cuomo, and Sliwa. Now, about 212 people said that they like Cuomo. 236 people said they dislike Cuomo. About 172 people said they like Curtis, and 195 said they dislike Curtis. 233 people said they like Zoran Mamdani, and 185 said they don't like Zoran. Isn't that interesting? Who is the only person that most people like? Zoran. Mamdani is the only person who most of the people adore on here. Nobody likes Curtis or Cuomo. It's an irrefutable fact, and that's why Zoran's going to win next week. It's true, And then it's just some more polling, but So most of the Suffolk poll actually isn't that terrible. It's terrifying that Evil Andrew Cuomo cut Zoran's lead by so much. And on here, Suffolk released their post-poll statements. Cuomo cuts Mamdani lead in 10 points with a week to go. The race for New York City mayor has tightened considerably in the final days before the November 4th election, according to a new Suffolk University poll. And then really it just tells you more about the poll. And I don't like seeing how much Cuomo cut Zoran in half by. But at the end of the day, people like Zoran, and that's something Cuomo and Curtis will never, ever, ever have. Zoran is still going to win next week. If you want to learn more about it, next week, we'll be holding a live election result stream on my channel. We'll be doing a live stream where we'll just be getting all the live results from the election. Make sure you're there. Thank you. Good night. Surrender. Bye-bye.